Namo Buddhassa, Vandami Bhante. Welcome all to the weekly Dhamma teaching session on Mahasatipatthana Sutta. Today is session 67. We are doing Dhammānupassanā, nīvaraṇapabbaṃ, contemplation of Dhamma objects as Dhamma, and we are continuing in the 5 hindrances section. Our teacher, Venerable Bhante Vimalavamsa, is from Sri Lanka and belongs to Sri Kalyani Yoga Ashrama, Forest Monastery tradition. Venerable is a Abhidhamma teacher, Pali scholar, and a teacher of Samatha and Vipassana meditation. Bhante will continue with our session from last week with 5 Nivarana, and we'll go by one Nivaranas in there. Bhante is absolutely dedicated to spread the real teachings and meditation practices as taught by the Buddha. So with my folded hand, I request Bhante, having compassion on us, please give us today's Dhamma Desana.
Namo tassa bhagavatu arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahato samma sambuddhassa. May it bless you all. Namo Buddhassa. We go to another hindrance. Another hindrance, right? Another hindrance means what is that? Another hindrance is the what called Thina-Middha. Actually, Thina is the sloth. Sloth means, mentally sluggishness. Mental sluggishness is the sloth. Topper is the middha. Middha means that is your chetasika sluggishness. Chetasika sluggishness. Okay. Now what Buddha says here? Buddha says, Santangva, the third hindrance, Buddha said in this way. Buddha expounded his Dhamma talk in this way. Santangva, va means O, right? O, santang, ajjatang, in this way you need to take. Ajjatang Thina-Middha, santang ajjatang Thina-Middhaṃ attimeci ajjatang Thina-Middhaṃ pajanati. What's the meaning? I will tell. And he understands that whenever sloth and torpor present within meditator understands that sloth and torpor present within me. And then again, asantang va ajjatang Thina-Middhaṃ nattime ajjatang Thina-Middhaṃ pajanati. If he has no Thina-Middha in his mind, then he understands that Thina-Middha is absent from me. And other one, yathacha anupannasa Thina-Middhassa uppado hoti tancha pajanati. And now he understands that how the sloth and torpor that have not yet arisen within him comes to arise. Why? How you don't have any sloth and torpor of the mind, but how you can arise again Thina-Middha while meditating? You are ayoniso manasikara on some factors. So that is the meaning. So whenever if you do not have sloth and torpor or whatever the hindrance initially, and how it can arise because of your ayoniso manasikara, unwise attention. So keep it. So then third one is everywhere. Third one is common to the unwise attention. So then that means he understands that how the sloth and torpor that have not yet arisen within him comes to arise. So that is the cause is your unwise attention. And yathacha uppannassa Thina-Middhassa pahanam hoti tancha pajanati. And now You have Thina-Middha already risen Thina-Middha. Now, how it can be eradicated? How it can be eradicated? We can see many things. For example, Bhojane Mattanyata. Bhojane Mattanyata means you need to know, you need to know what kind of amount of food that doesn't cause the Thina-Middha like that. Again, there are 6 things we will discuss in the Atthakatha. So those 6 things temporarily eradicate your Thina-Middha. So therefore, Buddha mentioned those 6 things you must know. So that's why Buddha said, Yathacha uppannassa Thina-Middhassa pahanam hoti tancha pajanati. He understands how the sloth and torpor have now risen within him, are eradicated, abandoned, or got rid of. And then the last one. Yathacha pahinassa Thina-Middhassa ayating anupado hoti tancha pajanati. Now, for such kind of 6 things, eradicates this Thina-Middha, and ayating mean in near future. Ayating anupado hoti, in the near future, if it doesn't no longer arise in you, how the way is the Arahant path knowledge. Arahant path knowledge destroyed your Thina-Middha without remainder, completely, uproots. So this is the way. That means finally Buddha mentioned the path knowledge, right? Path knowledge only can destroy, but you must know while going on this path, you must know how your Thina-Middha can be destroyed without remainder in near future. Like everything you must know this path, and you must you must produce. So this is the way how the Thina-Middha, what is the Buddha's explanation in the Desana Pali, and then we just move to our commentary. Commentary says, because commentary says mean here, it says actually arati adisu ayoniso manasikarena Thina-Middhassa upado hoti. Why it mentioned in this way? Because we are discussing about the ahara sutta. Ahara sutta mean the condition is the ahara. Ahara mean here we can say fuel also, or the nutriment. That means the condition or the cause to arise your Thina-Middha. Arati atti bhikkave arati tandi vijambita batta sammado cetasolinattang tatta ayoniso manasikara bahulikaro ayamaharo anupannassava Thina-Middhassa upadaya uppannasava Thina-Middhassa bihiva bhavaya vepullayati. There is the Samyutta Nikaya. I mean your that is the Samyutta Nikaya 5th book, right? Samyutta Nikaya 6th book you have Mahavagga, right? 5th book you have Mahavagga. There you have Ahara Sutta. Ahara Sutta. So this Ahara Sutta says in this way. In what way? This is the way. Atti bhikkave arati. Monk, there are arati. Arati means that is the state of boredom, right? You become bored. Boring. You become boring, or state of boredom. Arati mean to what state of boredom? Towards what? To the meditation, or to do the function of all some performance in this Buddha's sasana. So you have a state of boredom to the Buddha sasana. That's the arati. That means you anyhow you can't sit for the meditation. Your mind says no need to do now. That is arati, right? State of boredom to do the meditation, especially. And Tandi. Tandi means, that is the bodily laziness, or we can say idleness, like that. Or that is the laxity of the body or slack of the body. You can understand this in this way. Sometimes you after getting or awakening, after awakening from the bed, that means still you are in the bed, but you may think that, oh, a little bit more I need to stay over on the bed, and then again you will get sleep, and then again you wake up, and again sometimes you feel some bodily laziness, that is idleness. So that is the Tandi. And then Arati Tandi Vijambita. Vijambita mean, that is the bodily, that is the languidity. Languidity mean, the body is, sometimes you may have torpid bending of your body. Body mean in getting up, torpid bending. So, and some similar action. So that is what is called, that is the Vijambita, right? Torpid bending of the body and the like movement. So that is the Vijambita. And Bhatta Sammada. Bhatta Sammada. The other one is Bhatta Sammada. Bhatta mean the food. Sammada mean, that is the lethargy after a heavy meal, right? Heavy meal or some little meal also, you may have lethargy like thing, drowsy like thing. That is the Bhatta Sammada. And then Chetaso Linatam. Chetaso Linatam in mind sluggishness. That is the sloth, right? Sloth of the mind. So therefore 5 things. What is that? Arati, state of boredom, and the Tandi, laxity of the body, or the idleness, or we can say that is the slack of the body, Vijambita, torpid bending, languidity, torpid bending of the body. Bhatta Sammada, this is the drowsiness, or we can say that is the lethargy after having meal. And then you have lastly Chetosolinata, mind sluggishness. So those kind of 5 things, if you reflect on your Ioniso Manasikara, or the unwise attention on those 5 kind of things, Buddha said, unarisen Thina-Middha, or the sloth and torpor, this is the condition to unarisen sloth and torpor to arise. And again, Uppannasava Thina-Middhasa Biyo Bhavaya, already arisen Thina-Middha, or the already arisen sloth and torpor to expand and augment. So this is the, we can say that is the fuel, or we can say that is the condition, cause. What is that? Ioniso Manasikara. So keep it in mind, this Ioniso Manasikara is very, very important in this 5 hindrances section. And if you do not maintain your Ioniso Manasikara and the Ioniso Manasikara, that means if you can understand, I'm paying a lot of Ioniso Manasikara, unwise attention towards those kind of 5 things, and then you just understand. And then maintain your Yoniso Manasikara towards the good thing. Good thing also coming. Good thing mean to the virya, or the effort. To the effort, you need to pay Yoniso Manasikara. And you need to get rid of your Ioniso Manasikara to such kind of 5 things. Arati, Tandi, Vijambita, Bhatta Sammado, Chetaso, Linata. Like 5 things, you need to towards those 5 things you need to get rid of. So then we just start from the beginning. So we have 5 things. Arati. Now they're gonna explain what is Arati, right? In the beginning, yeah. Arati. Arati Adisu, that means you have 5 things. Arati, Tandi, Vijambita, Bhatta Sammado, Chetaso, Linatang. So then 5 things. Adisu mean Arati, so on thing. In the case of arati, so on thing, ayoniso manasikārena thīna-middhassa uppādo hoti. So through unwise attention to the state of boredom and the like five things, sloth and torpor of the mind comes to be. Actually, you know, now here sloth means one mental factor, torpor is another mental factor. So these two mental factors are actually twin evils. These twin evils comes together, and only it become hindrances thereafter. Otherwise, if arati is another side and this thina is one mental factor separately, and middha is also torpor is also one mental factor separately, then it never become a hindrance. So now here they are twin evils to your mind. So therefore it is what is called it is the hindrance. Now you know how Thina-Middha arises in your mind. Because if you maintain your unwise attention on the said five things, arati, tandi, vijambita, batta sammado, chetaso linatam. I will tell again arati. What is arati? State of boredom towards the meditation and your sasana, right? Our Buddha's sasana. And then again you have laxity, or we can say bodily laziness, idleness, tandi, vijambita, that like we can say languidity, or that is the topic bending of the body, and batta sammada, that is the that is the sluggish, that is the, we can say that is the drowsiness or lethargy after having meal. And then chetaso linatam, that is the mental sluggishness, sloth. So those five things, regarding those five things, if you maintain your ayoniso manasikara, then Thina-Middha or the sloth and torpor comes to be. Tandi, then they explain tandi. What is tandi? Nama kaya alasyata. Kaya alasyata. Alasyata means, alasyata means slack-like thing. Slack or laziness, idleness. What is called alasyata. And kaya means body. So bodily laziness, what is called, or bodily laxity. That is what is called tandi. Right? Tandi. Lassitude. Another word is lassitude. Okay. And vijambita nama kaya vinamana. What is the meaning of languidity? That is the kaya vinamana. Vinamana means bending. So what kind of bending? Body is top it when your body is being top it bending. So in the getting up or similar action, then you develop your what called vijambita, right? Vijambita or the languidity. And batta sammado nama batta mucca, batta parilaho. What is batta sammada mean? That is the lethargy after a meal. That is a batta parilaha. Parilaha mean slight faint like thing. Parilaha mean, right? Slight faint because of faint or discomfort, dizziness. Because why? The reason is batta mucca. That means why it has happened? Because you eat a heavy meal, sumptuous meal you eat. That's the thing. Finally, chetaso linatam. What is the mental sluggishness? Chetaso means mental, linatam means sluggishness. Mental sluggishness nama chittassa linakaro. That is the chetaso linatam means mind sluggishness. Is the sloth of the mind. So lina mean also sloth. So you have now five things, right? Five things. Arati, tandi, vijambita, batta samado, chetaso linatam. Imesu arati adisu ayonisu manasikaran bahulang pavatteto Thina-Middhaṃ Uppajjati. How now your Thina-Middha arise in your mind if you maintain abundance, unwise attention towards those kind of five things, then your Thina-Middha there arises. Therefore, Buddha mentioned, Buddha knows everything. Buddha knows everything. So therefore, Buddha mentioned to the Ahara Sutta in this way, Tenaha ati bhikkave arati tandi vijambita bhatta sammado chetasoli nattam tatha ayoniso manasikara bahulikaro ayamaharo anuppannasava Thina-Middhassa upadaya uppannasava Thina-Middhassa bihiyo bhavaya vepullayati. And so then what Buddha says, monk, there are things like boredom, lassitude, languidity of the body, lethargy after a meal, and the mind sluggishness is the condition for the production of new sloth and torpor of the mind and increase and expansion of existing sloth and torpor of the mind in you. So therefore, how you want to eradicate now? Buddha mentioned now you want to eradicate those kind of Thina-Middha. So how you eradicate? Then they're gonna explain in this way. Arambhaka dhatusu adi arambha dhatu adisu pana yoniso manasikarena pana yoniso manasikarenassa pahanam hoti. Before that, we want to go to in the middle of the this paragraph before, like we did before. Tenaha ati bhikkave arambha dhatu nikkama dhatu parakkama dhatu tatha ayoniso manasikara bahulikaro tatha yoniso manasikara bahulikaro ayamaharo anuppannasava Thina-Middhassa upadaya uppannasava Thina-Middhassa pahanaya. So that is in Samyutta Nikaya 5. That means Ahara Sutta. Okay, what is the meaning here? Atti bhikkave arambha dhatu, nikkama dhatu, parakkama dhatu. Bhikkave monk, there are actually this is the efforts, right? This is the efforts, or we can say that is the energy. These three things are energy, element of element. The arambha dhatu means the element. So then arambha, what is the arambha dhatu? There are three things, three effortfulness. The first one is arambha dhatu. That means element of opening up, or element of arousing one's energy, or we can say effort to get going towards what? Towards the meditation, right? Towards the meditation. This is the early effort. So this is what is called Buddha Arambha Dhatu. And then if this is not enough, this Arambha Dhatu is not enough. So then you need to develop more virya. So how? What is the name Buddha given? Nikkama Dhatu. Nikkama Dhatu. Nikkama Dhatu means the element of exertion in the meditation. Element of exertion. That the Arambha Dhatu means element of arousing energy, one's energy. So this is the exertion, element of exertion. So this element of exertion, that means it is, we can explain it to the Atthakatha. You just keep it in mind. You have Arambha Dhatu. Arambha Dhatu means element of arousing one's energy. And then Nikkama Dhatu, element of exertion, and then the another Dhatu also, another Virya Dhatu, or another element of energy. That is what is called Parakkama Dhatu, right? Parakkama Dhatu. Parakkama Dhatu means, that is actually, this is the continuous exertion, we can say. Or we can say, this is the element of perseverance. That, this up to the goal. For example, if you practice Anapanasati meditation, what is the goal? Goal to achieve fourth jhana, up to fourth jhana. So to achieve up to fourth jhana, you need to practice. That is your Parakkama Dhatu. And then, or the element of perseverance, or we can say element of continuous exertion. And not only that, if you attain up to the fourth jhana, then you need to practice another jhana that is according to your desire. But if you do not practice, do not want to practice the other jhana, you can practice directly then through the help of the 4-element meditation. You need to practice through the help of the Anapana fourth jhana, and then go forward whatever way I explained. And this is the way up to the Nibbana. So that is the Parakkama Dhatu. So you need to Arambha Dhatu. You need to develop Arambha Dhatu. That is the element of initial exertion, arousing energy. This is the early energy, effort to get going. And then you need to continue. Then you need to, the element of exertion, go to the element of exertion. And then you must go to the element of continuous exertion up to the goal. So that is what is called Parakkama Dhatu. If you maintain your wise attention towards this three dhatu, three elements, Arambha Dhatu, Nikkama Dhatu, and the Parakkama Dhatu, then their non-arisen Thina-Middha doesn't arise. And then already arisen Thina-Middha get eradicated. Right? And then already eradicated Thina-Middha in the near future by your Arahant path knowledge will destroy without remainder completely. That is the way you need to understand. So now let's go from the beginning of the sentence. Okay, now Arambha Dhatu Adi Supana Yoniso Manasikare Nasa Pahana Hoti. Now you know this Arambha Dhatu, so on the thing, you have three elements, right? Here, these elements are different from the Pathavi element. You must know this. And these elements are different from the Apo element or the Vada elements. And these three elements are different from your temperature element or the fire element and the wind element. So keep it in mind. These are another kind of elements, right? Okay, if you maintain your Yoniso Manasikara or the wise attention towards those kind of three elements, then your Thina-Middha overthrows. Arambha Dhatu. Then Arambha Dhatu nama Patama Arambha Virya. What is the Arambha Dhatu mean? Arambha Dhatu mean this is the element of arousing one's energy, effort to get going. So that is the Arambha Dhatu. Opening up, or we can say element of opening up the meditation, and then you need to go forward. And again, they explain in this way, Nikkama Dhatu nama kosajjato nikkanataya. Sorry, nikkantataya. Kosajjato nikkantataya tato balavataram. Tato balavataram means more than powerful. Tattva Balavataram means more powerful than the Arambha Dhatu. This Nikkama Dhatu is more powerful than the Arambha Dhatu. So that's the way you need to understand. Nikkama Dhatu means element of exertion in the meditation, now you know. And they say, what is the kosajja? Kosajja means habitual laziness, indolence. If you have habitual laziness, you can't cross over. You can cross over up to the jhana. So that but you must cross over those things. So therefore it says exertion is more powerful. So the exertion, element of exertion is more powerful than arousing energy or the energy to get going. And but you want to cross over this indolence up to the good level of mindfulness and the concentration. That's the meaning. If you have habitual laziness while practicing meditation, if you take this nikkama dhatu, the power of element of exertion, you can cross over. Can, right? But if you have low energy, it is not enough to cross over this nikkama or the habitual laziness, kosajja, then you never can produce jhana. That's the meaning. And parakkama dhatu. What is the meaning of parakkama dhatu? Nama paramparang thanang akkamanato tatopi balavatarang. Paramparang thanang akkamanato. What is this? Akkamana mean, akkamana mean you step down, right? You step down on the destructive conditions. Or we can say that is you assail on the destructive condition, or your downside of the meditation, right? Downside of the meditation, you assail or you step down. Then paramparang tanang akkamanato, further and further. Paramparang means further and further. If you assail the destructive condition to the meditation, that means downside to the meditation, then up to the goal, you can develop your energy. So that is therefore tatopi balavataram. Tatopi balavataram means it is more powerful than nikkama dhatu. That means you achieve the goal. Okay, so then the element of perseverance or element of continuous exertion is more powerful than all previous two kinds of element. Imasmin, then they say imasmin tippapede viriye yoniso manasikaram bahulang payavateto thina-middhaṃ pahiyati. And now they say you have tippapede viriye. Now you have three kinds of virya, or the effortfulness or energy. So if you maintain your mindfulness, your yoniso manasikara, your wise attention on these kind of three elements, then your Thina-Middha, or the sloth and torpor, overthrow from your mind. So therefore Buddha said in Ahara Sutta in this way. In this way means what is the way Buddha mentioned? Buddha mentioned Atthibhikkave arambha dhatu, nikkama dhatu, parakkama dhatu. Right? There are three elements. Energy, arousing energy, and then element of exertion, continuous exertion up to the goal. So if you maintain your yoniso manasikara or the wise attention on them, this is the condition non-reason or non-reason Thina-Middha or the sloth and torpor to not to arise, and already arisen Thina-Middha that is already arisen sloth and torpor to eradicate pahanaya. So therefore this arambha dhatu, nikkama dhatu, and the parakkama dhatu is very important. Every time if you notice that if you have sloth and torpor, please just understand first that like I have this, and then you increase your virya. Three kinds of virya you need to increase. And then according to the Buddha's teaching, the Atthakatha teacher says in this way, commentator says in this way, Apicha cha dhamma thina-middhassa pahanaya samvattati. But the thing is, why they explain in this way? Because you need to know how the already non-reason Thina-Middha, how to arise, and then how you want to eradicate. This is the sixth way to eradicate. The first one is ati bhojane nimitta gaho. Ati bhojane nimitta gaho. Ati bhojana means overeating. Nimitta gaho. Ati bhojane nimitta gaho means actually you need to observe how this overeating produce sloth and torpor. And iriyapatha samparivartana. Iriyapata Samparivartana means change in the posture completely. If you have a Thina-Middha in one posture, let's say cross-leg posture, and then you just change your posture completely. So that is the meaning while practicing. And the third one, Aloka Sanya Manasikaro. Aloka Sanya Manasikaro mean, Aloka mean the light. So Sanya mean the perception. So the perception of light. So Manasikara mean reflection. So reflection of the perception of the light. That means how you want to reflect. In the I explained before. So this thing in the Pachalayamana Sutta, this has been done by the Buddha to Venerable Mahamoggallana, because he after attaining to the Sotapanna state, he need to practice up to the Arahantship. While practicing up to the Arahantship, he just fall into sleep. Then Buddha came to him, and then Buddha told to him 8 kind of things how to get rid of your Thina-Middha or the sloth and torpor. And this also one, Aloka Sanya Manasikara. But actually, he has Aloka Kasina also, Aloka Kasina Jhana. Buddha said he to attain Aloka Kasina Jhana also. But if you do not have Aloka Kasina Jhana, and then to him also another method. What is this perception of light is reflection on the perception of the light. That means if you are meditating in the night, if you do not have if you can't suppress your Thina-Middha, you just go to the outside and then see the moonlight if the moon is available. And if the moon is not available, then you can see the stars in the sky. So like that, or you just see the switch on, and then you can see the this light also, artificial light. And if you are meditating in the daytime, you can see the sunlight. Like that, Aloka Sanya Manasikara. And Abhukasa Vasa. The second one is Abhukasa Vasa. Abhukasa Vasa means staying in the open place. Abhukasa means open place. Vasa means dwelling or the staying in the open place. The fifth one is Kalyana Mittata, sympathetic and the helpful companionship of the good. And then the Sappaya Katha means every time stimulating talk that helps to dispel your Thina-Middha. So that is the Sappaya Katha. But this Sappaya Katha, you must go to do this Sappaya Katha or the stimulating talk to the good one, right? Otherwise, it is not. It's not helpful. If you go to the one who did not cross the Thina-Middha, right? Okay, now they're gonna explain little more about this 6th thing. They say Aharathaka, Tathravataka, Alansataka, Kakamasaka, Batta, Bhutta, Vamitaka, Bhojana, Punjitva, Pratitana Divatane, Nisinnasahi, Samanadhamang Karoto, Thina-Middham, Maha Hathivya, Uttarantang Agachati. Okay, and they say in this way, 5 kind of people in the early time, right? Aharattaka, Tatravataka, Alansataka, Kakamasaka, Buddha Vamita Bhojana, Buddha Mitaka Bhojana, right? Buddha Mitaka Bhojana. What is the meaning of this? Actually, these are the 5 kinds of greedy eaters, right? Greedy eaters. What is that? Aharattaka means one who overeats and cannot stand up himself from the seat. Then what the other does, the other do that, they give their hand to get up from seat. That is the Aharattaka. And Tatravattaka. Tatravattaka mean Vattaka mean rolling. So then the one who overeats and lies rolling, because he eats and can't raise the body. So therefore he rolls. He rolls in the seat, on the seat. Alang Sataka, that's the third one. Sataka mean, that is the clause. Alang Sataka mean actually one who overeats and slip off his weight clause. Weight clause. Kaka Masaka. Kaka mean, the crow. Crow. One who overeats up to the mouth. Then what happened? Then the crow can take his food, peck his food from the mouth. That is the thing. Kaka masaka. And the last one, Buddha Vamitaka Bhojana. Buddha mean actually already overeaten, now then overeaten, and then Vamitaka Bhojana. And then he vomits, right? He vomits. One who eats until he vomits. That's the meaning. So such kind of if you did this thing and you can't meditate, so what happened to them? Then they say they can't do meditation. Samana Dhamma mean the meditation. And what happened to them? Thina-Middha Maha Uttarantang Agacchati. And then they are Thina-Middha. Now what happened to them? Actually, Mahahati mean, what is the Mahahati mean? Mighty elephant. Mighty elephant. It's like a mighty elephant step down on you, right? Mighty elephant step down on you and you can't get up. Like that, this Thina-Middha affect to you. That is the meaning. If you overeat, that thing happen if you overeat only. Then Chatu pancha alopa okasampana tapetva paniyang pivitva yapana silasa bhikkuno tang na hotiti evang atibhojane nimitang ganhantassapi Thina-Middhaṃ pahiyati. Actually, now the meditator who has eaten food having kept a space of 4 to 5 meals, most meal like that we can say morsels, right? Morsels mean 4 to 5. If you did not eat 4 to 5 morsels, then what happened? Your Thina-Middha, that means your stomach is that space is available in the stomach. Then no longer sloth and torpor submerge you. So that is therefore understanding the characteristic of the overeating prevents the sloth and torpor. Atibhojane nimittang ganhantassapi mean the nimittang mean the characteristic, right? Atibhojane overeating. If you understand the characteristic of the overeating, and then you can judge, you can guess that this amount of food is enough for me, like that. Yasmin iriyapate Thina-Middhaṃ okkamati tato anyang parivattin tassapi. Whatever the posture, bodily posture that your Thina-Middha arouse in you, and then you completely change that posture, then your Thina-Middha will vanish. Ratting Chandaloka Deepa Chandaloka Deepa Loka Ukka Loka Diva Surya Lokang Manasi Karantassapi Thina-Middhassa Pahiyati. They say in the night time, what you want to do, you need to see the Chandaloka, moonlight, and Deepa Loka. Sometimes that means the another artificial light like a oil lamp or some another kind of electrical light you can see. And Ukka Loka mean that is the fire band, right? Fire band, like if you see the light of the fire band, also your Thina-Middha get rid of. Abbokase vasantassapi. I told that staying on the open place, meditating on the open place, and then your Thina-Middha will vanish. Maha Kassapathera Sadise Pahina Thina-Middhe Kalyana Mitte Sevantassapi Thina-Middhaṃ Pahiyati. Now they say, if the meditator associated with the one who destroyed this sloth and torpor hindrance, like Venerable Mahakassapa, Arahant, then your Thina-Middha will vanish. And again it says, Tahana nisajja disu duhtanga nisita sapaya kathayapi pahiyati. And in all four postures, if the meditator talks stimulating talk, takes the stimulating talks, like with regards to duttanga, ascetic observances, ascetic practices, so then your Thina-Middha will vanish. Tena vuttang cha dhamma Thina-Middhassa pahanaya hoti. And then because of that reason, Buddha said these six thing mean what is the atibojane nimittaggaho, and then abhokasa vaso, like thing, right? Like thing. If you follow those things, your Thina-Middha, Thina-Middhassa pahanaya samati, they exist to expel your Thina-Middha. Imehi pana chahi dhammehi pahinassa Thina-Middhassa. Now you eradicated your Thina-Middha temporary while practicing meditation in this way, and now how your Thina-Middha totally, completely can uproot with the help of what? That is the Arahat Magga Jnana, right? Arahat Magga Jnana. So in the case of Arahat, when you attain to the Arahat Magga Jnana, your Thina-Middha or the sloth and torpor vanish, or it demolished without remainder in near future, no longer arise in you. So you must know those things. So therefore Buddha mentioned how the Thina-Middha, what is the way you want to practice in the Desana Pali. According to the Desana Pali, what's the way you need to practice? That is the thing. Let's move to Uddhacca-Kukkucca, the fourth one in the Desana Pali, right? In the Desana Pali, in the left side. Yeah. Santangva ajjat. What is the Uddhacca-Kukkucca? Uddhacca means the agitation, mental excitement, mental distraughtment, or we can say that is the mental turmoil, mental turbulence. So that is the agitation, right? Or the Uddhacca, or restlessness, mental restlessness. Kukkucca, that is the remorse or worry, regret. So those are the Kukkucca. But you know, Uddhacca or the restlessness or the agitation is the one mental factor, and this Kukkucca or the regret is another mental factor. But if they combine only, can become a hindrance. Keep it in mind. Separately, they are never become a hindrance. So if you have those kind of hindrance, so you need to know first, there arise Uddhacca-Kukkucca in you. And then if you do not have Thina-Middha, then you must know that I don't have Uddhacca-Kukkucca, or the restlessness and remorse. So Buddha explained those things therefore. Santangva ajjatang Uddhacca-Kukkuccang attime ajjatang Uddhacca-Kukkuccanti bhajanati. Whenever the agitation and remorse are present within him, then he understands that agitation and remorse are present within me. And then whenever the agitation and remorse are absent from him, he understands that agitation and remorse are absent from me, like that. And then again, Yathacha anuppannassa uddhacca-kukkucca uppado hoti tancha pajanati. And then third one. And he understands how the agitation and remorse have not yet arisen within him comes to arise. And the fourth one, Yathacha uppannassa uddhacca-kukkuccassa pahanam hoti tancha pajanati. How you want to eradicate? How you want to eradicate this kind of agitation and remorse? And then another thing, that means actually the translation is this way. And he understands how the agitation and the remorse now have now arisen within him that are eradicated. So that's the true translation. And then I explain in another way also. Okay. And yathacha pahinassa uddhacca-kukkuccassa ayatin anuppado hoti tancha pajanati. And he understands how the agitation and the remorse that have been eradicated in near future will no longer arise within him. So that is the case here as the fifth one. How this so agitation mean the uddhacca, in what way uddhacca can remove from your mind completely? That is the arahanta magga jnana, right? The final path knowledge, or the foremost path knowledge. And the remorse is the kukkucca is the that is the kukkucca is the dosa. It includes the ill will. So ill will vanish, or the ill will demolish by anagami magga jnana, right? Anagami magga jnana. So therefore, you must know those things and you must practice. Otherwise, it is not the way according to the Buddha. You must know those things and practice. Okay, this is the way Buddha explained those things. And let's move to our attack. Now, before that, Chetaso Avupasamo Ioniso Manasikarena Uddhacca-Kukkuccassa uppado hoti. What is Chetaso Avupasama? Here, Chetaso Vupasama. What is the Chetaso mean? Mental. Vupasama mean mental tranquility or mental serenity. What is the Avupasama mean? Mental agitation. Mental agitation. That is the avupasama, or mental turmoil. Mental agitation, mental turmoil, mental turbulence, that is the understanding. So if you maintain your ayoniso manasikara, or the unwise attention towards the chetaso avupasama, mental agitation, then your uddhacca-kukkucca, or the restlessness and remorse arise in you. There comes to be. They come to be. Then what you want to do is, then you need to destroy avupasama, or the agitation. You need to destroy. So avupasamo nama avupasantakaro. What is the avupasama? Meaning of avupasama? Avupasantakaro. Avupasanta means that is the inner turbulence, right? Nature of the inner turbulence. So then mental agitation is the nature of inner turbulence in you while practicing the meditation. Uddhacca-Kukkucca mevetang atthato. By meaning, that is similar to the Uddhacca-Kukkucca, mental turmoil or mental turbulence, and that is the avupasanta, right? So then avupasanta means that actually this is the restlessness and remorse. That means if restlessness and remorse, or the agitation and the remorse are combined, only you can see it as a hindrance. Otherwise, never become a hindrance. That's the meaning. Tatha Ayoniso manasikaram bahulang pavattayato uddhacca-kukkuccam uppajjati. What is the cause for the uddhacca-kukkucca to arise? That is the ayoniso manasikara. Bahulang pavattayato. That means abundance amount of ayoniso manasikara. If your mind generate, then what happen? Your restless and remorse comes to be. That's the thing. And Tenaha, therefore Buddha said in Ahara Sutta in this way, Atte bhikkave chetaso avupasamo. Monk, there is mental agitation. There is mental agitation. Tattha ayoniso manasikaro bahulikaro, ayoniso manasikara bahulikaro, ayamaharo anuppannasava uddhacca-kukkucca chasa uppadaya, uppannasava uddhacca-kukkuccasa bihiyo bhavaya vepullaya. And now Buddha said in Ahara Sutta, monk, there exists mental agitation. With the intense unwise attention to that is the condition to arise new restlessness and remorse, or augmentation and expansion of already arisen restlessness and remorse. So therefore this Ahara Sutta is very, very important for the meditator. Every sutta are very, very important, but this Ahara Sutta talk about the 5 hindrances as well as your what called the 7 enlightenment factors. So the Buddha mentioned in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta both things. That means 5 hindrances as well as 7 enlightenment factors. So this Ahara Sutta, that's why I told this Ahara Sutta is very, very important to the meditator, because this has more facts about meditation. Okay, now how you want to eradicate? You now know your there arise the Uddhacca-Kukkucca in you because of ayoniso manasikara, to the mental agitation, and it will expand and augment if you maintain your ayoniso manasikara, unwise attention. And then how you want to eradicate them? Then they're gonna explain in this way. Samadhi sankate pana chetaso vupa same yoniso manasikarenasa pahanam hoti. What is the meaning here? Samadhi sankate pana chetaso vupa same. Yoniso manasikarasa pahanam hoti. Pahanam means eradicate, or we can say abandon, right? Abandon, and then or get rid of, or overthrow, right? Overthrows this what called the restlessness and remorse. What the way is maintaining your yoniso manasikara, vasa attention. And to what your yoniso manasikara, or the wise attention to maintain? Samadhi sankhate pana chetaso vupa same. Now you never want to go again to the chetaso avupasama, mental turbulence, inner turbulence. You never want to focus. You want to focus whatever you have previous concentration, good concentration, samadhi sankhate pana chetaso vupasame. Wherever you have restlessness and remorse in your mind, what you want to do is you just forget about your chetaso avupasama, or the mental agitation. Instead, you need to focus whatever the concentration, good concentration you had previously. So you focus that. Then your restlessness will remove from your mind. That is good method Buddha mentioned. So that's therefore this sutta is very, very important to the meditator. Okay, then you know how your yoniso, if you have restlessness and remorse, how you want to eradicate temporarily. This is one method. How? Wherever you have restlessness and remorse in your mind, you just focus in the past, maybe in this seat before develop this restlessness and remorse. You might find out that my concentration on that, before that, very good. So you focus that past concentration, then your mind automatically get concentrated again. That's the thing. So therefore, therefore Buddha said in this Ahara Sutta in this way, Ati bhikkave chetaso upasamo tatta yoniso manasikara bahulikaro ayamaharo anuppannasava uddhacca-kukkuccassa anuppadaya uppannasava uddhacca-kukkuccassa pahanayati. And now what the Buddha said in this way, Ati bhikkave chetaso upasamo. Now monk, you have mental tranquility, or mental serenity, mental calmness. That such kind of thing is available to you. So you need to pay more and more intense, wise attention. Tatta yoniso manasikara bahulikaro. You need to pay more and more wise attention towards that, to the chetaso upasama, or the mental tranquility. Then ayamaharo anuppannasava uddhacca-kukkuccassa anuppadaya. This is the condition to non-arisen uddhacca-kukkucca to not to arise, right? Uppannasava uddhacca-kukkuccassa pahanaya, and to get eradicated this already arisen uddhacca-kukkucca also, your yoniso manasikara is the fuel, or that is the condition. Ayamaharo. Ayam aharo become ayamaharo, right? Ahara means the fuel, or we can say nutriment, or the condition. So there are again, this is the one way, right? This is the one way. And then not only that, you need to take many things, many different methods. You need to search, because sometimes that is not enough. So you need to go to another method also. What is that? What are they? Apicha cha dhamma. Moreover, apicha means nonetheless, cha dhamma uddhacca-kukkuccassa pahanaya sammattati. And now there are 6 facts, important facts, to get rid of your uddhacca-kukkucca, or the agitation and the remorse temporary but, right? What are they? Bahusutata. The first one is Bahusutata, being well learned in the Buddha Sasana, Buddha's real teaching, both Pali Canon and commentary. That's the meaning. Being well learned in Buddha's real teaching, both Pali Canon and the commentary. If you have a sub commentary, go to the sub commentary. If you do not know, if you cannot understand what the commentary says, like that, right? And Paripucchikata. Paripucchikata means questioning about whatever not very clear in the canon and the commentary. So you need to question from the one who knows it. Vinaye pakatanyuta. Vinaya means, our disciplinary code, or the Buddha's order for the disciple. So then being known the disciplinary rules, also your uddhacca-kukkucca will vanish from you. The fourth one is the Buddha Sevita. Buddha means the old one. Sevita means the association. So Buddha Sevita means association with those experience, right? There's older one mean not the older, just older one. That is the experienced one, or older than oneself in the practice of 3 training. 3 training, Sila, Samadhi, Panya. So those if somebody experience in those 3 practice, then you can question, or you want to associate. That's the thing, Buddha Sevita. And the other one is Kalyana Mittata. Every time this final 2, Kalyana Mittata and Sapaya Kata came, So Kalyana Mitrata means, then that is the sympathetic and helpful companionship of the good, and then Sapaya Kata means a stimulating talk. Towards what? To reject the restlessness and remorse. So that is the way. Now they're gonna explain a little bit more about this sixth thing. So let's see how they explain. Ekangva, dveva, tayova, chatarova, panchava nikaye, palivasena cha, attavasena cha, ugganhan tassapi, uddhacca-Kukkuccam pahiyati. And then they say this restlessness and remorse disappear when if one learns the 5 kinds of collection of the scriptures. Scriptures among those 5 kinds of collection of the scripture, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or all 5, right? All 5. Palivasena cha, attavasena cha. Palivasena cha mean Desana Pali, right here, as Pali text or the canon with the commentary. So if you go in this way, what the way I explained to you, in this way if you go, your Uddhacca-Kukkucca will vanish, because sometimes if you do not go in this way, you just think that what is our path towards the Nibbana. You can, therefore, if you do not know the way, then you may fall into the wrong paths, fake paths. So that is very dangerous, because you are a human being and you generate as a human being. Why? Because you are the one who are eligible to take this Dhamma in this Buddha Sasana. If you do not have Buddha Sasana, it's no choice. But now you have choice now. Therefore, so that's why Buddha said, if you know the Pali, and the Pali means the Desana Pali, that means the Pali text and the commentary, that's good enough to you to attain Nibbana, right? If you have Kalyana Mitra again. And the other thing is, it says in this way, Kappya paripucca bahulasapi Vinaya bahulasapi Uddhacca-Kukkuccas pahinam hoti, right? Pahiyati, or what is the questioning? Paripucca bahulasapi, more questioning, right? More about what questioning mean, inquiring more about what is befitting and what is not befitting. So what is suitable and what is not suitable. For example, sometimes somebody has, not to you, maybe to the monk, or especially to the monk or the samanera or something like that, especially to the monk, right? Somebody are suitable to have, somebody not suitable. So such kind of thing, if you do not know very precisely, then you have, while practicing meditation, you just if you do that offense, then what happen? You develop Uddhacca and Kukkucca. So if you question this thing and inquire more about that, then you do not have such kind of thing to arise while practicing the meditation. Other one is Vinaya Panyatyam. Vinaya Panyatyam mean, what is the Vinaya? Vinaya mean, the Buddha's order. Panyati mean, that is the rules, actually conversant with the rules of the Buddha's order. And then Vinaya Panyatyam. Panyatya means Buddha, whatever the Vinaya or the disciplinary code that Buddha laid down, right? Vinaya Panyatya. In the Vinaya or in the Buddha's order, if you Vinaya Panyatya Chinna Vasi Bhavataya Vasibhavataya pakatanyu nopi. Chinna vasibhava. Chinna vasibhava mean actually that mean with the practical application of the mastered of, if the practical application, if the meditator is mastered in the disciplinary code, that is what's called chinna vasibhava, right? Practical application. If he can apply practically this vinaya, right? And pakatanyu mean that is the conversant with the vinaya rule. That is the, so therefore I will say with the practical application, if the meditator mastered in the disciplinary code or conversant with the rules of the Buddha's order, disappear your ill will. Disappear your restlessness and remorse. Okay. And therefore, tena buddhaṃ apicha cha dhamma, right? Cha Dhamma Uddhacca-Kukkucca Pahanaya Samvattati. Therefore, it says there are 6 facts that will help up to overthrow your Uddhacca-Kukkucca. Imehi Pana. Now you need to know these 6 things also, the eradication method. And that's why Buddha said, Yatacha Anupannasa Uddhacca-Kukkucca Anupannasa Uddhacca-Kukkucca pahanam hoti tancha pajanati. That you need to know how to eradicate, right? And then imehi pana chahidammehi pahine Uddhacca-Kukkucce. And when the Uddhacca-Kukkucca kind of twin evils get abandoned, right? Get abandoned. Uddhacca arahata maggena, Kukkucca anagami maggena, ayatin anupado hoti iti pajanati. And now the meditator knows that if he practice in this way also, Uddhacca-Kukkucca can be eradicated temporarily. But if you want to practice up to the anagami state, then your kukkucca or the remorse will vanish completely without remainder. And uddhacca, but not the anagami path knowledge, it is with the arahant path knowledge will destroy. So therefore, you need to know those things according to the Buddha's teaching. Then you need to practice according to the Buddha's way, and you need to attain Nibbana. So this is the way how to how to deal with the 5 hindrances while practicing in meditation. Here it says, we discussed today about the ill will and Thina-Middha or the sloth and torpor, and this what called restlessness and remorse. You know, now in the restlessness and remorse, especially if you develop this mental agitation, what you want to do, this is the Chetaso Avupasama mental agitation. What you want to do is you just focus whatever the concentration you can remember in the past, you just focus that. Then your restlessness and remorse will vanish, definitely. You just practice in this way. You just apply it to your meditation if you come across with this kind of experience. And again, the another kind of 6th thing you need to know, like you need to learn Pali text and the commentary, and you need to question whatever unclear to you. And again, you want to I mean not you, especially to the monk, you need to know, you need to master in the Vinaya, right, in the disciplinary code. And again, you need to associate with the Kalyana Mitra, and again, you need to do the stimulating talk. And again, you need to get associated with the monk monk with monk. He practice this street running like that, right? So therefore, but the main factor is to maintain your wise attention. You cut your unwise attention every time. Okay, now we can finish today, and next day we can finish this nīvaraṇapabbaṃ. Now we have one hindrance, that is the vicikicca, doubt, and the other how to practice vipassana. After that, they explain in the Pali text as well as the commentary. So we will move in on the other day. Now today we can finish. Me also, and thank you so much to our listeners who learn much of thing regarding meditation today. How to get rid of your Thina-Middha as not Thina-Middha last day Kamachanda, and then ill will and restlessness and remorse. So practice according to that, and then you can attain Nibbana. So in this way, we all accumulate kusala. Then now we want to share. Idamme punyang asavakkaya vaham hotu. Idamme punyang nibbanasa paccayo hotu. Mama punyang bhagan sabbe sattanam bhajemi. Te sabbe me samang punyang bhagan labantu. Buddha sasanam chiram tithatu. Buddha sasanam chiram tithatu. Buddha sasanam chiram tithatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.